Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick video. Um, over the last couple of days, it's been some really good. Well, I would say over the last week, it's been some really good market action. And last time I told you guys a little bit about what I believe about how to scale in and scale out of the market. This one, I did a video on this a while back, but I'm gonna do a little bit of what just pretty much just reiterate what a little bit of my trading style. Okay, so what I really want to talk about, one of the first things you learned in trading was what is a trend. I'm talking technical. I'm not really a huge technical analysis person. um, I do have technical analysis aspects in my trading, and I'm going to show you, but I'll explain a little bit more. But one of the first things you learned in trading is what? Define a trend or uptrend or downtrend. Uptrend is higher highs, lower lows. Downtrend, lower, highs. You guys know what I mean. That's pretty much the definition of a trend. So my thing is, a lot of times when you start trading and you get so deep into it, you start to forget the basics of trading, the very basics, the definition of a trend. That simple definition can save you heartache and pain, and I'm going to show you guys, right? So basically, if you look at these areas here, right, when the market opened, soon as the market opened, I had a short bias. The reason being is because I looked at Monday, previous day. So my level is here, right? I'm gonna show you guys. My level is here. So I have a when I'm done trading yesterday, on Monday, I said to myself, if the market opens up above, say 54ish, if it opened up above 54, then I'm gonna have a long bias. If it opened up below, I'm gonna have a short bias. So now we're gonna drill down a little bit because this is a pullback, and that's what I'm gonna use as where sellers came in and pushed the market down. So as soon as we opened, I had a short bias, right? So any rally, I'm selling into any rally, right? Boom, market did this. Now from here, from these areas here, I'm going to look at uh, the most recent rally right here, right? So now I will mark this as I'm trading. I will mark this area right here, and I would say, okay, that's the most recent rally. So I'm going to short this market, right? I'm going to short this market until the market breaks here. So if the market pulls back here and it pulls back in these areas here, guys, I'm going to keep shorting. And a lot of times people would play support resistance. They would want the market to come here, then they would short there. But what I'm telling you is all the trend definition is gives you a bias on where to, whether I'm long or short. Like I said this before, Paul Tudor Jones said that he could spot a new trader if he tells them I have a short bias and they ask him where are you short. He could. It doesn't matter where you're short. Like when I have a short bias in these areas, when the market does this, and I have a short bias, it does not matter where I'm short at. If that make any sense to you guys, it does not matter where I'm short. The fact of the matter is, I am short bias, meaning I may get in a little early, I may get in a little late. As long as I'm scaling in and out of these areas with all this space, I'm okay with that. And what do you know? I caught another nice trade, right? Caught another nice trade. And again, as the market's going down and it's pulling back, you can see the pullbacks are getting more shallow and shallow. So this I consider this a pullback, and then it went here. So now my new level would be here, right? When the market went here, my new level was here. Now this is irrelevant to me now, to be honest with you. That level is irrelevant. This was here, then it went here, then this came here, and then now my level is here now, right? I'm short until the market breaks this level here. Then once the market broke this low and pivoted down there, now okay, now when it pulls back and it broke this low, so now I'm short until it breaks here, right? So I'm short. Market breaks it by a little bit. Market comes here, it breaks it a little bit. So now, guess what? lower lows, higher high. So now that level, this level right here is irrelevant to me. So now this is my more recent level. So now I have it right here, right? So now I'm short. I'm short until the market breaks. And let me explain something. When the market breaks this level, it can't break it by a few ticks here and there. It has to really break this level in order for me to want to get long or short, right? So what happened here is the market broke this level, and when it broke this level again in here, in my mind I'm thinking, okay, well it broke the level, right? It broke this level here, so it broke it. So now what happens now? It broke my definition of a downtrend. Now when it broke here, now I would look, I would say I would be here, and I would say to myself, okay, where did the origin of this particular trend start? So the origin is here. So now I'm going to go long until it breaks here. Market pull back. I'm scaling in, scaling in. Boom. I catch this nice uptrend here. Very simple method, very simple definition of a trend. And then, and look, again, when this market broke these levels here, where did the origin of this move start? Once it broke this high, the origin is here now. The origin is this level now. Now I'm gonna be long until when? I'm gonna be long until the market comes back and breaks that level, right? Definition of a trend. That's all I'm using is a simple definition of a trend, and I'm using my money management skills by scaling in and out of my position to manage the trade, and I'm managing biases. Market is all about bias. You can have a bias and you could be a little long, you could be a little early, you could be a little late, but if your bias is correct, by scaling in and out, you're going to make money pretty much. So, and this is just what helps me get a bias. And then I do actually, guys, I do use a tick chart which shows me more defined levels. And that's when I use the tick chart, I just use the tick chart just to see more defined levels, because in minute charts sometimes you can't really see the levels as clear as you could on, say, certain type of tick charts. So I do have on my other screen, I always have a tick chart as well as a minute chart so I can see the levels. So again, let's go back to it. Once the market broke here, um, you know, this is, I would consider that a pullback. So now this is the level. Market came up, but once it breaks it, it continued the uptrend, right? So this level here, right? So now the market has to break this level in order for it to break the uptrend. And then when it pulled back and broke this level and broke this high here, this pivot high, now again, this is my new level. I'm going to be long up into in this moment in time in the market. I'm going to stay long until the market breaks this level. You understand? Until the market breaks this level here, I would stay long. Right? So now look, all this up and down, I mean, obviously you're going to get chopped a little bit in here, but again, look, remember what I said? I got the level there. It has to break it, not just chip it a few. It has to really break it. So when the market came down here, these are just buying opportunities, and you ride it up, make a little bit of money, and around this time, look, it broke it. Now this would get my attention, right? These levels here will really get my attention. But I can tell you, right around when I took this trade here, I took some trades here, and I mean, what kept going down, so I kind of bailed on it. But when I bailed here, I still had a long bias, if that makes sense. I was just mitigating my risk because I had a pretty good day, and I was like, you know what? I had a pretty good day. I want to put something in the pot. In the pot, who cares what happens here on out? Which, this is still a nice trade, but then again, you're not gonna get every move and every tick of every market. So I mean, if you've been trading for a while, you would more to understand that. So this was my last trade in here. I lost a little bit, but again, I just wanted to reiterate: higher highs, lower lows, the sheer definition of a trend. If you put that in your trading along with scaling in and scaling out, you would be okay. But you guys know if you have any questions.